IKEA has been selling flat-pack furniture since 1943, when a 17-year-old named Ingvar Kamprad started the company in Sweden. It's easy to write off as just furniture, but the way IKEA designs its stores, its instructions, and its overall experience holds real lessons for anyone building digital products. Here are 10 of them. 1. The IKEA Effect. People value things more when they put in the work to make them. That's the IKEA Effect. Assemble a bookshelf yourself and you'll rate it higher than an identical one bought pre-built, wobbly leg and all. For UX designers, this points toward customization. When a user sets up their own dashboard, picks their own settings, or builds a workflow piece by piece, they end up more attached to the result than if you'd handed them a finished template. 2. Choice overload. Too many options make people freeze, or worse, walk away. IKEA doesn't sell 40 versions of the same bookshelf. It sells a handful, each different enough that picking one doesn't require a spreadsheet. The same logic applies to menus, settings screens, and onboarding flows. Trimming the choices down to the ones that actually matter usually helps more than adding features ever does. 3. Layout design. Anyone who's walked through an IKEA store knows the layout is not an accident. It's a fixed one-way path, lined with mocked-up rooms so you can picture your own home instead of just seeing furniture in isolation, with a restaurant placed right around the point your shopping energy starts to run out. Translate that into a product, and you get guided flows, contextual previews instead of raw feature lists, and natural checkpoints where users can pause without losing their place. 4. Set expectations. Every IKEA instruction booklet opens with a picture of the finished piece. Before you touch a single screw, you know what you're building toward. Onboarding flows and setup wizards can do the same thing, show people the end state first, so every step afterward feels like progress towards something specific instead of a string of disconnected tasks. 5. Prepare your user. IKEA instructions include small preparatory notes. Check you have all the parts, use this size Allen key, get a friend to help lift this part. These aren't padding. They head off frustration before it starts. A short line of prep copy before a complicated form or setup step does the same job, telling the user what's coming so they're not caught off guard halfway through. 6. Connect all the dots. IKEA doesn't try to be brief. It breaks a complicated build into small, discrete steps and spells each one out clearly, even if that means a thicker booklet. Brevity isn't the goal here, clarity is. Products with genuinely complex tasks benefit from the same approach. Break the task into individual, well-labeled steps rather than compressing everything onto fewer, denser screens. 7. Anticipate problems. None of this works if you're guessing. IKEA tests its instructions on real people before they ship in a box. Watching someone struggle at step 6 tells you more than any assumption about intuitive design ever will. The same goes for onboarding and complex features. Test with actual new users, then fix the language and sequencing based on where they really get stuck, not where you assumed they would. 8. Acknowledge incremental success. IKEA could make you build one full drawer front to back in a single stretch. Instead, the instructions break it into smaller stages with clear visual markers of progress along the way. That pacing keeps people moving. A progress bar, a checklist, or plain. Step 3 of 7. Labeling does the same thing in a product. It turns a long task into a series of small, visible wins instead of one long unknown. 9. Give the user some space. Not everyone wants to be led by the hand. Some people would rather skip the tutorial and figure it out themselves. Building in a skip option respects that, and it usually costs you nothing to offer it. 10. The Decoy Effect. Add a third option to a set of 2, priced or positioned to make one of the original 2 look like the obviously better deal, and you'll shift what people choose, even though nothing about the original 2 options changed. IKEA leans on this in its pricing tiers, from furniture bundles to membership plans. Worth understanding even if you never plan to use it deliberately. It explains a lot about why people gravitate towards certain choices, in your product's pricing table as much as in a Swedish showroom.